Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to introduce you to Visual Studio workloads. It's good to have an understanding of the Visual Studio workload before you actually install Visual Studio. The workload basically is a bundle of tools within Visual Studio that helps you to be productive. When you install Visual Studio, it only by default installs the Visual Studio editor. The workloads are different components or tools that you can add on to the installation of Microsoft Visual Studio. So let's take a look at the workloads. So this is Visual Studio 2019, and that is the link here displayed. So if I scroll down to the bottom, we can see the various workloads. These are the Visual Studio workloads. Because you can use Visual Studio to build different types of applications, the workloads are different tools that you can bolt on to Visual Studio to help you develop what it is you're trying to develop. So depending on the project you're working on, you can install the relevant workloads to help you be creative. For example, if you want to develop web-based applications, then you will need the ASP.NET and web development workload. If you want to do stuff relating to Node.js, it tells you here. So this web and cloud contains this ASP.NET, the Azure, Python, and Node.js. So you just select the component that you want, which is the workload for your Visual Studio installation. So you can add these workloads when you're installing Visual Studio, or you can come back and add them later once you have installed Visual Studio. So you can add workloads as of when required, and you can also remove them if you wish to do so. So if you're creating a Windows-based application, then you will need the Windows workload, which are the .NET desktop development with C++, and this one as well. If the type of project you're working on is mobile and gaming, then you need the mobile and gaming workload, and these are the different components. So you can choose the mobile development with .NET, mobile development with C++. So you choose for each workload, you can select the actual component that you want to work with. It also has other tool sets. So it's important to know what these workloads are so that you know what to select with your Visual Studio installation. The key thing to note is that you can always add a workload as of when required. So you don't necessarily have to add them during the installation unless you know what it is you want to work with straight away. Then you can add it at the time of the installation of Visual Studio. So if you want to know more about each of the workloads, you just click on them. For example, this one that says mobile development with .NET, just click on that and it gives you a description of what the workload is all about and also the components within that workload. So that's it for this video on Microsoft Visual Studio workload. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.